But first, we start with a live look at Lower Manhattan, an ongoing ceremony there today. Survivors and family members of those who died on that day, reading off the names of those who lost their lives. You can see the area there. We've been continuing to check into this location, also the Pentagon and Shanksville, Pennsylvania, as the nation remembers those who lost their lives on that day. Also here on Newsmax TV, George Pataki, who was New York's governor 13 years ago, joined us a few moments ago for our special coverage of 9/11.
The firefighters, the police officers, the EMTs were heroes, but so too were citizens from every walk of life, and in particular, the construction workers, the hard hats, who for months risked their health trying to dig through that rubble to see if one more person could be saved or one more family could have the closure of knowing that the remains of their loved one were found. So it was a tough time, it was a sad time, but it's a time we can never forget.
Certainly, and earlier today, President Obama led remembrances at a Pentagon ceremony. He was joined by the First Lady, the Secretary of Defense Chuck Hagel, and the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Martin Dempsey. This ceremony has been held annually for the families of those who died when American Airlines Flight 77 was hijacked and flown into the Pentagon at 9:37 a.m. Now back to our new war on terror. President Obama has unveiled a more detailed plan on how to destroy and degrade these Islamic militants. And for the first time, he's authorized airstrikes within Syria. He also highlighted the growth of an international coalition he's building to fight these extremists.
It is America that has the capacity and the will to mobilize the world against terrorists. In the fight against ISIL, we cannot rely on an Assad regime that terrorizes its own people, a regime that will never regain the legitimacy it has lost. Instead, we must strengthen the opposition as the best counterweight to extremists like ISIL.
And now, just one day after the president announced these new airstrikes in Syria, a UN envoy meets with Syrian President Bashar al-Assad in Damascus today. The United Nations continues to push Assad and his government to find a political solution to the ongoing civil war there. And a man accused of killing his 5 kids has been transported to South Carolina today to face new murder charges. The 32-year-old evidently has confessed to police. He led them to a gravesite and again confessed to murdering those kids. Autopsies are scheduled for later today. A new video coming into us today after historic flooding in the American Southwest this week. This is in Las Vegas at the High Roller Ferris wheel area. Parts of Interstate 15 remain closed after they were washed away by the same storm system. Crews hope to repair and reopen that major roadway at some point tomorrow. I'm John Bachman. We'll have another Newsmax Now update coming up for you here in 30 minutes. Right now, we'll send it back to Ed Berliner in Midpoint.